We have a few different options for how a memory slot in motherboard or multiple memory slots in a motherboard should be filled. We're going to look at all these right now. Let's go from bottom to top. So first is farthest from the CPU and then closest to the CPU. So if you have a motherboard with like 4 slots, it's basically saying go the farthest away, then the next farthest, and the next, and the next. This is not correct. This is not how we fill memory. And then we also have alternate slots starting farthest from the CPU. This is not correct. It neither is closest to the CPU to farthest from the CPU. That's like the opposite of the one we first went over. The correct answer would be to basically do whatever the motherboard tells you to do. The motherboard is gonna know how it wants its memory slots populated. Take this with a grain of salt because remember, always follow what your motherboard says. But typically, when you go from the CPU socket to the RAM area, you would start from the first slot, you would skip the next slot, and then you would go to the third slot. So 1 and 3 are populated, and then after that, if you have like 4 sticks of RAM, you could populate the other 2. If you start with 4 sticks of RAM, it doesn't matter which ones you do. But again, remember, grain of salt, always follow what your motherboard recommends. That is the answer. The rest are just completely incorrect. Always follow the motherboard.